the club for making these events possible. Not only for making these events, that as I think that you've seen from the person from the club before, she made it that where how this club evolved. It was for the women that were one time was denied the vote. And that was really where this club come about. And so the meaning of it, I think is something that meaning, even today, there's many people throughout the world who are intentionally, not by law, they're not allowed to vote, but they cannot vote as they wish to. So I think this has a significance. I think that Dr. Getachew has said quite a few things, which is some of the things that I was thinking of wanting to say. I will try to minimize it. The theme of mine was, with Ethiopia, will Ethiopian influence being used for good or for bad? As an Ethiopian, my only wish is for good. Whether whoever ruled the countries, simply when I speak to you, I'm not talking to you as a political leaders. I'm a human rights, social justice activist. And what I will be wishing for Ethiopia is what I will be wishing for by myself and also do it for my descendants. So when I say that, the influence of Ethiopia would be that for good or for bad, it would be crazy for me to say that I would be wishing for a bad thing to happen in that country. And so how do we go to that? I think that Dr. Getachew said quite a few things. Some of the points I was trying to make earlier, 4 pictures. One, make Ethiopia strategic. Well, Ethiopian, strategy being in Africa for use for good, which is the theme of my talk. The number 3, Ethiopia increasing repression on the people. Would that become a source of instability to Ethiopia by itself? And then the number 4 is the international community as well as the donor countries. Would they be really seeing the sign that to make sure that they really play the role to making an Ethiopia and stable, to making an Ethiopia that, a positive country that for all, rather than turning the blind eye. I think that's some of the points that I was trying to mention. And I think Dr. Getachew already said it. Ethiopia is one of the least undemocratic countries in Africa, in the continent. Ethiopia has been known the second in the continent, putting more journalists in jail. Ethiopia, if you look at it with an election, the government claimed that they win for 99.6%. Ethiopia, just a law, woman right, reconciliation, disabled right are prohibited in the countries. In Ethiopia, there's 547 seats. Only 1 is the opposition. We talk about lack of freedoms. In 2011, according to the index, prosperity Ethiopia's 108 out of 110. Freedom House made it that in 2013, there's no freedom at all in Ethiopia. I already said the lack of political space. Even the Human Rights Watch have done a study way back where they were saying that the hate money which is being given by the US, the World Bank, the EU's has been used as a political tool. And I already said that these civil society laws. And then I think Dr. Getachew already said it, that in Ethiopia, as we talk about the government, he said that earlier is an ethnic-based government Most of you may not understand that. Let me put it in a bland way. In Ethiopia, there's more than almost 86 different ethnic groups. There's one ethnic group who are 6% of the population. And these people were a group that even by the 1980s, State Department used to consider them as a terrorist group. There was, really a Marxist group. And when they took over the country, and they're leading countries, what they have done was that they come in as a TPLF, the Tigray Liberation Front, and then they create an umbrella called EPRDF. And now if you look at it, and this is where I was saying that I come to the balance to make it clear, 6% of the populations are the ones that are really running the countries in a way. And I always use this example. Imagine this. The last election when they first have the president, we have now Obama. Imagine that the day that Obama was elected, has he put all his cabinet to be from Chicago, because that's where he is from, or put them to be an African American. It would not be allowed in the US, but also that's what's going on in Ethiopia. So let me come to the conclusion of my point. We talk about economies booming in Ethiopia. We talk about Ethiopia as stable. It's simple. I think my colleague before me put it very well. Human beings are not like animals that you give them food and they will forget their freedom. It will not. There are some countries, including China now. China is not as stable as in America and Canada, UK, any other places. And the government in Ethiopia right now, even the donor countries, including the US, are saying that because of war on terror, Ethiopia is stable. But the government in Ethiopia become a source of instability in that country. So how do we come to bring this? So that's why I was saying that it could be used for good, or it could be used for bad. And so let me answer this in concluding that used for good, the donor countries, and I hope that my colleague from the World Bank will say, the donor country, including the US, will see the long-term interest. And if Ethiopia go down like Syria, like Iraq, some of these places where they put the economy ahead of the people's freedoms, the whole case will happen. We, as an Ethiopian, are not wishing for that. Our only wish is to create an Ethiopia where we value the humanity of each one of us, where we see non-Ethiopian, not single group will be free until we are all free. The solution is reconciliation, because not only among the Ethiopian, even among the West, because our humanity have no boundary. Thank you.
Thank you.